Have you recently heard these statements? You're crazy. That never happened. What about, are you sure? You tend to have a bad memory. Or, it's all in your head. Does your partner say things like this to you a lot? And do you often start questioning what's really true or even your own sanity within this relationship? If you are, your partner may be using what we like to call in the mental health profession, gaslighting. You know, a lot of people don't know where gaslighting came from. The term actually comes from a stage play from 1938 titled Gaslight, in which a husband actually attempts to drive his wife mad by dimming the lights, which were powered by gas in their home, and then denies to the wife that the light is actually changing when she begins to point out the fact that the lights seem to be going up and down. This is a very effective form of emotional abuse that causes a victim to question what? Their own feelings, their instincts, and sanity, which gives the abusive partner a lot of power. And once an abusive partner has broken down the victim's ability to trust her own perceptions, right, the victim is more likely to stay in the abusive relationship. There are several different gaslighting techniques that an abusive partner might use, and I want to talk about those right now. The first one is what I like to call withholding. Okay, withholding, when the abusive partner actually pretends not to understand or refuses to listen. Let me give you an example. I don't want to hear this again. Or, you're just trying to confuse me. What about countering? When the abusive partner questions the victim's memory of certain events as they happen, even when the victim remembers the event completely accurate. A good example. You're wrong. You know what? Your memory's bad, or you never remember things correctly. Now, what about blocking or diverting? The abusive partner changes the subject and or questions the victim's thoughts. And a good example of that is that this is just another crazy idea you got from your mom. Or guess what? You're imagining things. What about trivializing? The abusive partner makes the victim's needs or feelings feel unimportant. You're going to get angry over little things like that? Or what about you're just too sensitive? Last but not least is forgetting and denial. The abusive partner pretends to have forgotten what actually occurred or denies things like promises made that he made or she made to the victim. Example, I don't know what you're talking about. Or, you're just making stuff up. You know, gaslighting typically happens very gradually in a relationship. The abusive partner's actions may seem harmless at first. And some of the signs of being a victim of gaslighting can include, but is not limited to, is you constantly second guess yourself. When you're in a situation like this, one of the byproducts is questioning your every move. Next, you ask yourself often, maybe or am I too sensitive? Maybe multiple times throughout the day. You often feel very confused and you kind of feel crazy, like you're losing your mind. Oftentimes also you'll be apologizing to your partner for something that you really didn't even do, but you feel as though you were in the wrong. You are frequently also making excuses for your partner's behavior to the outside world, to your friends, to your family, to anybody that comes into contact with them, because they see something that's up, but you're so close to it and you feel like you're actually the problem, not the other way around. Last but not least, you can feel hopeless and joyless in your relationship and in life, and you feel as though you can't do anything right. If you're currently in a relationship where you're dealing with this form of abuse that we call gaslighting, you need to see somebody to help. You need to talk out your situation and begin to be around somebody that can help you in away from what's happening in your home life. You owe it to yourself to see the truth and to realize that you're actually not going crazy, that this is a power play made upon you mentally, emotionally, and turns out to be physical as well. You owe it to yourself to know if you're in this abusive relationship, to do something about it, and to move forward. You owe it to living your true life.